Day 23, Min beneath the trees. I'm in an urban park with a swamp behind me. As irksome as she found much of her wing's dialogue, Min was comforted. She took a few deep breaths and looked out at the last rays of the sunset playing across the edges of the clouds. The city's lights were receding fast. In their place, the moonlight above the clouds cast weird shapes on the ground. The moon, still full, seemed enormous. She studied its craters. Everything is so much bigger from this high up. There's so much to see. I've got so much to learn and see. You are excited, Flick gloated. Excited? Min was confronted by the possibility. No, I'm not. I'm super anxious and I'm frightened. Maybe you're not frightened, but a bit apprehensive, Flutter suggested. Why wouldn't I be frightened? I've no idea what's going to happen, even though Otlin thinks my so-called gifts will somehow magically sort everything out. You'll have to wait and see, Flick pinged her shoulder. It's the waiting and seeing part that's making me anxious. This is why we need to work on keeping calm. Flutter wrapped about her and stroked her arm. All right, accepted. I still feel scared, and I'm not ready yet to feel excited. Fair enough, Flutter agreed. Fitlin returned. Are you hungry? Min asked, trying to salvage some normality before she was overcome again. Ravenous, he answered, fossicking in his bulging travelling pouch to produce one of Merklin's nuggets, and handing Min half. They nudged deeper into Otlin's feathers. Surrounded by his soft down, the sound of the wind seemed less, and the heat from his enormous body made their enclosed space warm and cozy. I feel a bit light-headed. I wasn't sure it was possible to feel hungry again, Min giggled. Good to hear you laugh, Fitlin said, reaching over to lightly touch her hand. Min could hear her giggle sounded slightly unhinged. She snapped her mouth shut on her guava chew to stop it. Embarrassment oozed its way across her cheeks, down her neck and across her shoulders, which involuntarily shivered. Delicious, she said, nearly choking. She was relieved when Otlin's voice interrupted their conversation. I'll fly until we reach a small blackwood forest halfway between us and Pinksalt Lake, where we're heading. I don't expect any danger at this stage, so you two should get some rest. I don't feel much like sleeping, do you, Fitlin? I'm looking forward to seeing you in a brand new place when we wake up, Fitlin said. He lay down and closed his eyes. So yes, I am sleeping. Rest well, Min. Min looked at him as he curled in on himself like a prickle pod. She lay down too, and listened to the rhythm of Otlin's wing beats and Fitlin's steady breathing, but she couldn't sleep. An image of her mothers and Blader, their arms extended towards her, drew itself in her mind. The loss of their physical presence was visceral. How she longed already to fold herself back into their embrace. What if I never experienced that again? The idea sent fear seeping through the walls of one cell to another. Breathe, Min, breathe, Flutter began the familiar incantation. Min's response was habitual. She inhaled deeply through her nostrils, letting her breath out slowly through her mouth, counting to 4, her breathing steady. You really will need to keep a lid on this anxiety, Flick roared. Thanks for the enlightening comment, Min responded in her most cutting tone. Being lectured when you got me into this predicament is too much. It doesn't matter what you believe I must or must not do. You are going to have to work really hard to convince me this was a good idea. No problem, Flick muttered. Happily, Flutter sang. Chapter 13. Flight to Pinksalt Lake. Eco 2 of the 12th lunar cycle, mid-dark. Silence and impenetrable blackness cloaked Min. Where am I? She cried out, disorientated. Standing up, she cracked her head on the shaft of one of Otlin's feathers. She spun around and hit the other side, stifling a scream. Here, Min, Fitlin said quietly. Follow my voice. We must be in the Blackwood Forest. Remember, Otlin told us before we went to sleep he would rest here. Of course, Min replied, relieved to hear his voice. That was terrifying, Fitlin. I had no idea where I was. This darkness is so intense. Our eyes should adjust soon, Fitlin answered. She put her hands out and edged her way towards his voice. Her foot touched his knee. She gently lowered herself down next to him. Her wings were humming quietly. "Are you trying to comfort me? I'll take it. That was horrible." "So this is the brand new place I'm not seeing you in," Fitlin chuckled at his own joke. Min laughed too. Her eyes started to acclimatize to the blackness. She put her hands up and wiggled her fingers in front of where she thought Fitlin's face was. "You should be able to see my fingers in this brand new place." When she heard Fitlin's chuckle in response, Min felt a small thrill of pleasure that she was able to make him laugh. "On then, sleeping. Let's see what's out there," Fitlin suggested. They pulled themselves up on Odlin's feathers, parting them until they could see the fresh night air on their faces. "It's pretty dense, isn't it?" Min peered into the dark branches interlacing as far as she could see. "I guess this is what a forest looks like," Fitlin replied. "It's strange to think we've never seen one. At home it's so open and the trees are all different to each other." "Fair echo," to voice said accented British. Startled, Min looked up to see a group of tiny minks staring at them. A slight silver aura about them made them faintly visible in the darkness. They looked almost transparent. "You gave us quite a fright," she smiled at them. "See you beneath the trees tomorrow."